Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And it's so good to have you here with me, here in my English-style cottage garden. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, I am just so happy because I have been able to gather these mums from my local grocery store, and they had them such a great price, and I just went crazy and just continued to buy more and more. Well, this was the first one that I bought, and you know, garden mums are called chrysanthemums, and every fall or in September and October I buy mums and add them to the garden because they just add so much color at this time and structure, and it also forces me to clean up different beds and make the garden look a certain way. It helps me to update the garden. So I am pleased with this selection of mums, and I'm going to be continuing to add them and put them in the garden. Now, I really love this particular one because it has 3 different colorations in the pot. I believe that they added 3 different plants to the pot and allowed them to grow in. Do you see that? They have this color, which is so beautiful. It's a nice maroony pink color. Then they have this color, which is more of a rustic look, and then finally they have the more creamy color here, which I love as well. And so all together it just has just a beautiful appeal. And this particular planting, they put a nice pot there, which can be used again and again, because I do save my containers. And then I went back to the same store. They did not have this anymore. They sold out on this, so I'm so glad that I was able to get quite a few of them. I actually bought 10 of them, which is great. And then I got this one, which is just a really rich maroon color, and I got 2 of them, which really fits in well in my garden. As you can see, that has been the color scheme that has been throughout the garden. And right now at this time, the hydrangeas, the flowers are pretty much in this color scheme, this color, and it's going to just look really good in the garden. Right now, this is what the garden looks like. This the backyard or back garden beds, and you can see how those chrysanthemums are going to fit in really well in the color scheme of the garden right now. But you know what? The good thing is that I don't have to add them in this back bed because of the fact that I also have planted from last year some of the chrysanthemums or garden mums in these back section here where I normally do. In the past, if you see some of my old videos, you'd see that I would just reconstruct this back area, but now this year I don't have to do that. The reason why I don't have to add those new chrysanthemums down here in these beds right now is because last year I allowed the chrysanthemums to stay in the ground in the front area where I'm going to show you next, and I allowed them to grow in, and those particular chrysanthemums, what they did was that they decided to come back, which usually they don't. You know, that's it. It's a one-time deal. So I was treating them like annual. This year for 2024, it was a mild winter and also a very mild spring, which allowed the tender plants of the chrysanthemums to come back. And so what I did was I dug them up from the front garden and I moved them here in this bed. And so this is where they have been, and now they're beginning to flower, to bud up. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm getting another year in. This is going to be their second year here in my garden. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the plants. And I actually got them from the same location, from the same store last year. And now I am enjoying them here in this bed. So there is no need for me to update this bed. In this bed, I also have some of the garden mums or chrysanthemums here, and they really loved this. This is just one plant right here, and I also have one tucked behind here in a container, the other one. This bed really turned out well, and it's nice and full with color. So the chrysanthemums are going to just add to it, and because everything is so tight and beautiful, that it's going to help my caladiums to stay around a little longer. And also look at those beautiful 4 o'clocks that are there as well. And I just want to show you color here. Look at this, so beautiful. This is the first time I've planted this cosmos, and it looks fantastic with the purple perella. The two colors, it's just wonderful. But tucked in here, I also have another one, at least I think I did. Bed are some beautiful zinnias too that are adding color to this bed, as well as some more cosmos and other annuals. I also have some roses that I'm going to have to take out of the can. I'm going to have to do some deadheading. But it's beautiful. My point is, though, is that the chrysanthemums are, if you get a good year, you can then add them to your garden, and they will perennialize for a little bit. You'll get a couple of seasons out of them. So it can be a good deal, especially for now in the fall. Here in the front of the house, I have added those chrysanthemums or garden mums, and this is where I had planted them here in the front, and they overwintered here and did very, very well, so that I was able to plant them in the back. And I just love how they are now starting to show some color. I haven't put them in the ground yet because it hasn't rained in our area for a while. I really like this section because I was able to grow some curly kale, and it is looking wonderful with the flowers of the garden moms. When you are buying mums, it's best to buy them when the flowers are not opened fully, because then you will be able to have them for a longer period of time in your garden. But when you buy them all open like this, if you buy it open, completely open, you'll only have them for maybe a week or two. But because there are a lot of closed buds and buds that are coming in, see? Yeah. Because the plant has a lot of buds that haven't fully opened, what's going to happen is that you'll be able to have your plants, your garden mums, a little bit longer. It will last you for at least a couple of weeks, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks or so, that you'll have some good color. Or maybe longer, but because there are a lot of little buds there that are still developing. So this is the way that you should buy your mums, just enough so that you can get the color, you understand what color it is. Thank you for being with me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And if you like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, and come and join me again when we take a walk around the garden. And I tend to do this on Sundays, give you a nice garden tour as we explore what is happening in Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. In this late September, my kitchen garden is looking very nice. It has been very productive, and I just really like how the collard greens and over here, the collard greens, the tomatoes, even the corn stalks that are left behind just give this beautiful fall appearance of abundance with the kale and the marigolds growing. I also have there some okra, which is still producing okra on the plants. It's been a beautiful garden, along with my fig tree that has produced figs for me this year. Throughout this 2024 growing season, I have been able to harvest many wonderful vegetables from the kitchen garden area and add them to my cooking. It has been such a wonderful experience, and please join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Each week I've been able to enjoy a taste from my garden. Thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And come on back and subscribe and like the channel so that you can experience with me the joys of my garden here in the northeast of the United States of America. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, hello, my name is Catherine, and it really is good to be here with you today. I hope that all is well with you. I hope that you are enjoying this time of relaxation and planning, and that is what we need to do. So for this video, I want us to continue to review and look at the beauty of the garden. There were so many good parts in each different time of the season. The flowers just came alive, especially in June, July, August, and even into September. So we want to take some time to look at and review the beauty of the garden, but also to start to think about what we want to do in our garden. And as you know, I have a new journal out, the Intentional Garden Journal. Come and join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Yes, and don't forget to go to my website. That's actually probably the easiest way to get to the journal. Go to my website. That's Catherine's Garden Home LWS.weebly. That's WEEBLY.com. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, it is the last Sunday in September. And I am so excited about my garden today. It is looking beautiful, even though it is autumn and the leaves are falling from the trees and all these other things are happening, but yet my garden still has color. And the grass is green and things are looking healthy. So I'm going to take you around the garden, give you a wonderful garden tour, and then I want you to actually watch some of the other garden tours that I have in the playlist. I made up a playlist of my walkabouts or walk with me in the garden. And I want you to watch them because I want you to compare the spring till now. And when I think about it, I am so amazed to see how my garden has developed and evolved over the seasons, because we're right now in the season of autumn and we're winding down, and soon we will be cleaning up everything, the leaves will be falling and all of that. But right now, let's enjoy September. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, this is a Sunday morning, and it's the last Sunday in September. So I just want to take you around the garden. Let's do a garden walk about and enjoy this cool 58 degrees here in the Boston area, Zone 6, in my English cottage style garden. Yes, and it's a beautiful place. Here in my garden, I have just been enjoying this little corner that I have put together, and I really love my impatiens. Now I know that these impatiens aren't going to last for long, so I am featuring it here this morning so that when I look back at this last Sunday in September, I will remember my beautiful bouquet or bowl of impatiens that are just looking so fabulous here on the deck. And I also have this bouquet of, or floral arrangement of flowers from the garden. And I shared this with my gardening friends on our Wednesday coming together lives that I have here at Catherine's Garden and Home every Wednesday afternoon at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And it is really holding up nicely. And I do love this fall appeal of this arrangement. These are flowers from my garden, and it is the hydrangea, marigolds, and variegated euonymus. And it's created this beautiful bouquet. Then also here, this bouquet is in this vase or vase that I got from my Aunt Tanti. And every time I make an arrangement in it, it reminds me of her. She was like my grandmother. She was like a grandmother to me. My grandmother passed away before I was born. But my aunt, my first aunt, Aunt Tanti, she was like my grandmother, and I lived with her during my college years, and I just saw what a gracious woman she was. And one of the things that I wanted from her house when they were giving things away, I snatched this vase or vase, and now I'm using it in my videos here and to share with you all. And it is just a beautiful addition to this time of the year. I have to mention my collard greens. These collard greens are growing really well in this container, and I still have not taken them out and moved them to the next one because I have the string beans in this one, and they are about to flower, and I'm excited. I don't want to disturb anything, but I do have something to show you, that the ones in this one are starting to develop string beans. Now, isn't that fantastic? You can see them developing there. They flowered, and now they are shaping up to produce some string beans, bush beans for me. I am so excited about this. I have to say that my garden has become a place of solace and joy for me, and also for my husband. We have teamed up together, and he loves the garden even more than I do. And he has just helped me to maintain such a beautiful space. And I'm thankful that I don't have to do this work all by myself. And this year, we put together this beautiful border of brick hedging, and it has been such a great success. You can see here how the plants are in a contained space. It's orderly, but also they've received some warmth so that my impatiens have maintained their beauty, because what happens during the day, the bricks get warmed up by the sun and radiates the heat to the roots and to the plants, so that they do not shrink up and fade away, because they're nice and warm by the bricks. And I just love how this bed looks. So that is really something that I think that has been a plus for us this year here in the garden. A great addition. Now you can see that my chrysanthemums that I replanted here, that were in the garden last year, and I moved them here in the back because they had come back and they were looking so good. And now they are flowering here in September and providing such a beautiful addition to my garden, my fall or autumn garden. And so this was one, the burgundy here, and this grouping here as well. I actually put this one in a pot, and this is in another pot. And I just tucked them in to the bed. That's the other thing that I did, which was different this year, that I just buried the plants in a pot and put the pot in the ground. And then because the pot has holes in the bottom, that the roots have just gone right down to the soil and have rooted in. And so when the season happened earlier, where it was a dry season, I was able to water directly into the plant. Now, isn't that beautiful? You could see the pot here. This one didn't cover over so much, but yeah, it's still beautiful. You could see that it really worked for us here. And so the caladiums are still looking really, really good here in the garden, with the impatiens and I also have 4 o'clocks here in this bed, along with some zinnias and also some cosmos. I told my husband that he's going to have to get some more of those brooks and lay out this particular bed so that it could look like the other two, since the other two beds are a great success. And we planted impatiens all around here. You can see the impatiens here, but they did not do well during that dry spell. And he had to continually take from other parts of the garden and put the impatiens here to restore them. But what did well was my marigolds that I planted from seed. Everything that I planted from seed did well in this bed. I had planted these 4 o'clocks from seed, and the marigolds, and then the purple perella was there, and that did well. I love working with my husband, and I'm so glad that he's thrilled with the garden and that he has now considered it his own project, because we had a lot of leaves on the grass earlier and it needed cutting, and he just felt it. He said, no, I can't have it like this. So he went and cut the grass like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock, just before dusk actually. And then into that he did some other work too, and he bagged up the leaves. And look at what we have here. It is so beautiful. I just love when the grass is freshly cut. And now with all of this color, and you can see the same maroony color, you know, the same maroon and cream color from the hydrangeas, and then from the beds here. And as you go down, you can see the browns. The colors of fall are really coming alive here in my garden, and for September. It's just really, really beautiful. I just love it. And you know what I did? I moved the moms, you can see them there, from on top of my deck, and I put them here in the border just to fill in any empty spaces. And it has been just a really great move because it looks so pretty over there. It draws your eye over to that side border. And then the container there continues the look around. And of course, the hydrangeas here. My bridal bouquet hydrangea, which was white and light baby blue, but now look at that. It's a beautiful maroony color and just looking spectacular in the garden. These native shrubs or plants, they add color to the fall garden, and whenever they show up, it's like an aster, wild asters. When they show up, I know that we are very close to the changing of the season into well, we're in the fall season, just put it simply, that we are in the fall season and that summer is definitely over. And this is harvest time. This is time to gather. This is time to clean up. There's a change happening, a change of season here in Catherine's garden. This is the tall tale signs that this 2024 gardening spring summer season is over and that we are heavily, deeply into fall. And we could tell that too by the leaves that have fallen so far in the garden. Yep, we're here. And also here by the side of the deck, you could see that there's a frothfulness of these asters here. And they are just signaling that this is it. This is the final hurrah here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And you know what? I'm so pleased to see that my curly pink rose has given me at least a couple of beautiful blooms here. And it is looking so good. Look at that. I continue to love this side of the garden, and to see it still green makes me happy. I have here on the fig tree some figs that are still developing, and I have been eating them. You know, I just come by and I just check to see what is ready, and they just made some really nice desserts there. My figs. This fig tree really has multiplied and is looking so healthy and good. And hopefully we will have a good, agreeable winter, that it won't die back hard like it did before in the past, and that it will continue to look beautiful like this. At least that is my hope. I just love it when the pumpkin vine just trails through the border now in the fall, and you can see this here. Look at this vine just coming through. Now I don't know if any pumpkins are going to develop on it, but it's just so fall for me. I just love it. And of course my elephant ear is doing well. This one is in the ground. I guess a piece of it I had buried without realizing it in there. I don't remember doing that, but it's come up, and I think because of the fact that the ground cover, the dead nettle, added as a cushion or protective covering for the elephant ear bulb, that it came back. on its own, and that's right in the ground. Now this one is in a pot. This one is in a pot, and I saved the bulb and planted it earlier in September, and that's how it looks now. But that's amazing, and I do love my zinnias. It really came through the way that I wanted it to, and I'm loving it. Fire, my quick fire hydrangea back there. Its color, so pretty. Look at the bee. So pretty. Yeah, this is what it's looking like up here, and I love these zinnias too. They're loving this spot. I haven't had to do very much to them. I'm just letting them show up and show out. Here's some more. Very nice. So this is pretty much what I'm enjoying here, and I really love to walk up this way, up this pathway. I just feel like I'm just surrounded by flowers. I feel the English cottage style appeal, the naturalistic garden, which I love, and it just makes me feel good. I can see the fullness of everything and the progression of the plants now from the spring now into the fall, and just to see how this area has developed and changed over time has been just a wonderful, wonderful joy here in my garden. Thank you for walking with me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, and I hope that you enjoyed this last Sunday in September walkabout, and that you will continue to watch the next videos. And I'm encouraging you to check out the playlist so that you can get a feel for how my garden has evolved. Thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. I hope that you enjoyed the walk with me and the garden tour here in my English cottage style garden in the city of Boston. I want you to watch the playlist on the garden tours, the walk with me, and you'll be able to see our progression from spring until now. Well, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Thank you for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Bye.